everyone. We are back. Episode 24. You've got our ring card girl, Stacy, who apparently is having.
Oh
no! Lordy! Look who's 40.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. What's up, guys? Thank you. Yes, happy birthday. Happy birthday to me.
You know what? Seriously, a very happy birthday to you. And
thank you.
Because anyone that can wear I would say anybody that can wear a beard better than Chuck Norris deserves to have their entire episode. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
that's a compliment right there.
I tried growing my beard in.
Yeah.
This is almost 7 months worth of growth.
Okay.
I have an amateur man's card in that category.
That doesn't mean anything. No, you're good. No. You're so good. Thank you, guys. Some nice posts, some nice words. Yes. Stacy, your post. Thank you guys so much.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Of course. Of course.
I'll take it. I feel the love today. Yes, thank you so much.
You should, my friend. You should.
A Chuck Norris beard. I'll take that.
Chuck Norris. Are you kidding me?
Look
at that.
Yeah.
Before you know it, it's going to say happy 49th birthday.
Oh, my Lord. Yeah. Happy 50th.
Birthday.
Are we going to still be here? Are we going to still be here?
We are. So. Yes.
No, I mean, like, are we still going to? Yeah, Rocky File's still going to be around.
I think so.
Episode 1,000.
That's true. Speaking.
We changed the phrase. Yes. It's coffee today, right?
Coffee and tea.
Because we're recording
it's coffee,
in the morning today.
Right.
For sure.
We don't tell our secrets.
That's right.
We don't tell our secret.
Okay.
Well,
it's middle of the night.
Out of the bag.
Yeah. We're live. We're live all the time.
We are live. And actually,
Thursday at 7.
Stacy, you just got a message, I think, from our new home office. Scranton it was a temporary stopgap. Mm-hmm. But where are we at now?
Too cold.
Too cold.
Yeah.
Hot
coffee.
Mississippi.
Yeah, because it's too cold.
Carol.
It's too cold.
Oh, you know what? Carol lives in Mississippi.
Okay.
Carol, when you're listening, I want to know all about hot coffee, Mississippi. Have you been there?
Yeah.
And I'm looking for a warm place to move. And should I go there?
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
How warm is it in Mississippi right now? Because we need some of that up here.
How is the coffee in hot coffee?
It better be good.
Oh.
If you're naming a town after hot coffee.
Yeah, exactly. It better be good. Well, better be some good coffee, and it better be hot.
Yeah, right.
I ask every week if people see this and they live in these places.
Yeah,
come on, we gotta hear from you. But nobody, I guess they don't get it out there in these places that we find.
I don't know.
Scranton. Someone should have. Scranton.
Apparently, nobody watches from Scranton other than my mother and father and my brother. They're the only 3 in Scranton that watch.
Yeah, right.
I can't even get my nieces and nephews to watch.
Oh, yeah. Same. My family, they don't even know that I do this anymore.
Right?
They don't care. It's all the lovely Rocky fans and strangers, not family.
I know.
Well, they are now. They are now.
Their family, they're the Rocky family.
They are now. Yeah, our own family doesn't watch. Nice.
Stacy, speaking of our Rocky family, you got any shout outs today?
I do. So there's this, I do not know this gentleman's name. I'm assuming it's a man. I don't know his name, but he's called the Editor on YouTube. Okay. Wow. He always messages and likes and, makes comments here and there. And he went on the live. When I did the live, he came on. Speaking of lives, we got to talk about Anthony's live here in a moment. But
don't watch it.
It was awesome. But anyway, so he takes these video clips of all the Rockies. There's one called Rocky Compilation, I think it was. And he makes them feel like modern day trailers.
That's cool.
And so he has this one that is super long. It's all the Rockies. I watched, I was blown away. I messaged him. And the funny thing is, as much as Stallone hates Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, he made a modern trailer of Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, and it's adorable. He did such a nice job. So go check him out. The Editor on YouTube. I thought he was dynamite. It was so
great.
Cool.
I've seen a few of them. I don't know if they were his, but in the past I've seen some modern. They look really cool.
Yeah,
they look really cool. They do a great job. Yeah, I got to check out the Editor.
And then Anthony did his live, and I just want to say, and we'll see this on the live chat.
Yeah.
Do you guys like the lives? How often should we do the lives? And Anthony, you did a great job. You were like so relaxed. I was like, look at him. He's like all relaxed.
I'll have to go back and check, and I missed it.
On the outside.
Somebody didn't post it.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
But I didn't.
I was supposed to. It's okay. We can put it up.
No, he like after you do the live, you can save the video. He didn't.
Yeah, I lost it. First of all, I lost it. No, but I have it. Okay, no, I found it.
Oh, you gotta post it.
I found it. Right. I lost it. I don't know where it went, but I found it.
Okay.
It's in our Instagram saved area.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do
it. You did a nice.
Did you have fun with it, Anthony?
Yeah, it was fun. I don't know. Was it 10 minutes? It was fun. Yeah.
But he got a lot of nice questions, and he
got
some
questions.
And...
Mike, we talked about you, of course. You know.
Was it bad?
But it was fun. No. It was good.
But they asked for you. They want you to do
that too.
So
I think I said something like, they were, you can talk about, we can ask anything. Rocky questions, but you're not going to get Mike encyclopedia answers. That's what I said. That's what I said.
I gotta tell you, I'm always learning something new. I mean, I gave myself a class yesterday, which I'll talk about in a little bit.
Yourself?
I literally was the teacher and the student at the same time.
Can you put that on TikTok and go back and forth?
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. I mean, people think Rock mentally irregular.
Yeah.
I was mentally irregular yesterday, but I did this whole set of things, so I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about it.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, it was fun. We'll do it. Yeah. Do people want it again? Let's see.
Yeah.
They're going to say yes. I think they're going to say yes.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
What?
See,
what?
I'm so jealous.
Look at that. Yeah, that's very cool. That's a cool sign. You got to put that up.
I am. You know what? I was going to put it up, and then I'm like, no, I want to be able to hold it for this podcast, for this episode.
That's great. Where did that come from?
Yep. Rick Babcock. He was episode 22. He is Rocko Bob 33 on Instagram. He sells these.
Wow.
And I ordered Adrian Avenue, of course. And then the coolest thing is, of course, I'm backwards, is he put this here. I love that. And then he put the picture of Adrian. I was like so happy. And this is, I cannot bend this even a little bit. It is
wow. Sturdy,
literally, this is, I think, street quality. And there's reflective.
This is government metal.
Oh, let me tell you, all reflection. He wrote me a nice little message back here.
Wow.
So I just wanted to plug it. He does sell these Rocko Bob 33.
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't get one.
That's cool.
I don't know. I guess I don't.
He wants to make you one.
Guess what's coming now? Guess what's coming now?
I'm teasing. No, Rick, I'm teasing. I know. We exchanged messages about this. I told you to wait until I could figure out which one would go best here.
Right.
Italian Stallion Way, Balboa Boulevard. I don't know. Kunda Chronicles. The old Philly Rocky Film Tour Lane. I don't know. I mean, there's so many different things to think of.
I didn't get offered anything.
No.
No, I'm gonna use it. Where's I didn't get offered, and I didn't get a message. I got nothing.
Anthony Avenue.
Rick.
I'm joking.
I'm joking. That episode.
I'm joking. Yeah, I did. True. That's why. No.
Rick. When you start doing things nice for people,
that's it. It's over. Yep. It's like when you have a pickup truck. Everybody's asking you to help them move.
Help them move. Oh my God, it's annoying. Yes, so true.
Oh my God, yeah.
No, Rick, that's great. That's beautiful. It's good. Good work. It's nice. I like that.
Yeah.
Listen, talking about good work lately, have you guys seen the Cobra Kai series?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I'm done. Are you done, Mike? You're done, right?
I finished it. Yeah.
So we get those done quick.
Oh, we do. Obviously, we're not going to give any spoilers away other than anyone who is not familiar. Why would we even talk about Cobra Kai on a Rocky podcast? Well, there's one major, massive connection, which would be John Avildsen. He had directed the original Karate Kid, and obviously he did the first Rocky and Rocky 5. So, there's that connection. And also some of the music kind of was overlapped. What was going to be used in Rocky 3 ended up going to the Karate Kid. But they've brought it back now after all this time. And Johnny Lawrence, Billy Zabka, the actor, writer, producer, director, he had this brilliant idea for Cobra Kai. Anthony, what are your thoughts on Cobra Kai?
It's amazing. It's just amazing.
So fun.
I didn't even think that something like this, you could do. I didn't like.
Right.
I remember when it first came out. I think I was a little bit late to it the first season. I didn't understand what this was, and I thought, like a streaming TV show, like half-hour episode.
Red Band YouTube. It was
originally on YouTube. Right. Yeah. I only heard about it when it was on Netflix, and I thought I was skeptic. I'm like, how is this going to work?
Right. Exactly. Yes.
But from episode 1, hooked.
Yeah.
Because there was you don't think about it. There's so much that we didn't know, and you can really see it when you're watching. Like there's so much that there were so many questions that you had after what happened to this, what happened to that, and it's just brilliant. The way they do it is brilliant. I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
Stacy's watching it now for the
I'm in the middle of it. So
we had a side. What season are you on, Stacy?
So I'm halfway through season 3, and Miguel is just is healing up right now.
Yeah.
And so
what do you think of it?
Well, I mean, from the get-go, of course, what made me happy was all the Rocky references. I mean, there is forever they're making Rocky references. Yeah. There was Ding Ding. There was an assignment they had to go watch Over the Top.
Right.
You know, all these sly things. I'm like, one of these writers has to be a Stallone fan, because there's these little Rocky, you know,
throughout,
little sprinkles throughout, and so I was like, oh my god! But
and there's more.
It's so well done. It's so well done.
Yeah. It really is. And Stacy, you and I, we the three of us actually, we had a side conversation before we started here today.
Yeah.
You are not a huge fan of Sensei Kreese, are you?
Can I tell you? I literally, if I met him in person, I think I'd have a hard time being nice. I'd be like, dude, don't even.
I like the bad guys for some reason.
He plays that. He plays it so well.
I know.
But you say he's nice. So
right.
Yes.
Mike, why do you say it's like? Why do you know? Do you know?
So I don't know him in the sense that I know you all,
right?
But I had a Rocky gig. I was a door greeter at one of those chiller theater things, and when I was done, they allowed me to hang around as all the stars were cleaning up their tables and getting ready to leave, and. The last thing I had to do was, as Rocky, the fedora and the coat, I walked the room. I had to just be a presence, and then I was out of there.
Right.
Well, when I was there, Billy Zabka, who plays Johnny Lawrence, had a table right next to Martin Kove, who played Sensei Kreese.
That's great.
But he was also Erickson in Rambo 2, the helicopter pilot. Okay. Right. So there was a lot of people around their tables, and when I came through as Rocky, they stopped, and we had this whole fun interaction. The two of them loved me. Martin Kove's guy, who was helping him do stuff, as I walked away, he comes running over to me and goes, "Hey, Rock," he goes, "Martin said he wants to, when he's all done at the end of the show, come on back and he wants to talk to you." I go, "Really?"
Whoa.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
So
we found the Rocky fan.
Yeah, we did. And so we had this great guy. I go back, I took the hat and the coat off, and I was sweating and all that. So I just sent you guys a picture. Anthony, if you could throw that picture up of me and Sensei Kreese.
Sweep the leg. Sweep the
leg. I'm telling you, look at that picture.
So awesome.
Mike, before this picture was, I'm just going to leave it up here for a second.
Sure.
Did he say to you, you got a problem with that? Did he say that?
We did.
Did he say, like, I want to take a picture? Do you have a problem with that?
So that's what we did. What I said to him, I walked up to him and I go, "Sweep the leg." And he just turns around. He saw me and he smiles and he goes, "Do you have a problem with that?" And I thought, oh, that is so awesome.
Oh my God, I just noticed his T-shirt says "Sweep the leg."
Sweep the leg.
Do you see that?
That's why
I just saw that
to him.
That's great.
That's awesome.
So we're standing, we're going back and forth, and he was very, very complimentary to me on my Rocky shtick and what I do and all of this. And then Johnny Lawrence, Billy Zabka, who I love. This guy was so cool. He goes, "Dude, you gotta be a Stallone. I'm telling you, it's too much." He goes, "Look at you, man." And I was so humbled by that.
Yeah.
And so
That's
we
so
were talking
cool.
a little bit, and we had taken they were taking pictures of me punching with Rocky like them. I don't even have those pictures. They have them. And
you should reach out.
So I said, so when we took one picture, he goes, listen, I want to get a picture on my camera. So the guy took a picture, and I had someone take a picture of me, and I said, Martin, is it okay if you and I get a picture? Because they charge for that. That's what they're there for, charging.
Yeah.
And so he goes, of course. So we took that picture, and then he gave me the famous picture from Rambo 2 with Erickson and Rambo with the two M60s on their hips with the helicopter in the background when they're in Mexico.
Cool.
Okay. So and he wrote, "Love, great look, your friend, sweep the leg, Sensei Crease, Martin Cole." And I thought that is fantastic.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That really is fantastic. And those guys.
How
were
long
just
ago
great.
was this again? When was this?
I'd have to say that was somewhere around 12 or 13, 14, maybe 12, 13.
Right.
Yeah. I also met another.
So it's well before Cobra Kai.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Cobra Kai was not. The one thing that was out was Billy Zabka had a video out with all the guys from Karate Kid. It was the Sweep the Leg song. And you got if you've never heard this song and you're a fan of the 80s or Karate Kid, I believe the song is called Sweep the Leg, but watch the video of it on YouTube. It's a great song. All the classic lines are in there. It really is awesome.
I gotta check it out.
Sweep the Leg. That was the, I guess you could say, the impetus for Cobra Kai, because it was just bringing it all back to life at an older stage. And then I don't know how long Zabka had been thinking about this, but he is the brains behind it. He really is.
They brought reboots back. I can see a lot of this stuff gonna happen in the future. We hope it happens with Rocky, but I can see it happening.
With the skill level and the attention to detail that Sly has, I believe stronger now than I ever have that a Rocky prequel could be could resonate so deeply with so many people, because it just wouldn't be about Rocky, Paulie, Mickey, Adrian, Gazzo. It would be about the 50s, the 60s, what went on in that time frame, in the building blocks that went into form all of those characters. And you can use Mickey as a foil to some degree. I hesitate to use the word bad guy, but there's a lot of ways you can go with this. And I just think I think it would be brilliant. And speaking of Rocky, yesterday I gave myself a tutorial of Rocky 5. I was in the mood to watch Rocky 5. I was
Did that just hit you? Did that just you were in the mood?
I woke up and it just boom. I didn't know I was going
That's
to.
How it goes.
It just hit me. And so I watched Rocky 5 twice. And the first time I enjoyed it. And the second time I began to pick it apart and do little film things that I want to talk about and say. And one of the things Anthony, I sent you some video. The first video is the behind the scenes. It's a deleted scene where Rocky Jr. spray paints a mural on Mickey's gym.
Oh, yeah.
If you can show that, maybe the people might like that.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, what you doing here? Oh, wow, you did this. I suppose every kid has a fantasy of wanting to to participate in some film in some capacity. For the segment to be the last chapter, because it is the end of Rocky. I'd like to go visit with you.
It is the end of Rocky, eh?
Yes, so we thought.
Right.
But there are so many gems out there. For every Rocky movie, there is a making of behind the scenes, except for Rocky 1. There's Rocky 2, 3, 4, and there's also this Rocky 5 documentary that was called Making of an American Hero, Rocky, which is the Rocky 5 documentary, which is brilliant. It was hosted by Richard Crenna, who was Troutman in the Rambo movies. And there's a lot of people, what's his name? Tango and Cash. He's married to Goldie Hawn.
Kurt
Russell. Kurt Russell, John Candy, Janet Jackson. They have some moments in there where they talk about Rocky and what it means to them. There's so much behind the scenes stuff. But more than that, when I sat there, and I've known this for some time, there are two key scenes. In the first scene, you see Rocky's desperation to beg Tommy Gunn not to let Duke influence him with the trappings of success. That will come, but don't sell yourself out. Don't sell your reputation. Stay true to being who you are. And as it turns out, Tommy Gunn did exactly that. He stayed true to who he was. Anthony, would you play that little discussion?
Yeah, but I'm talking about your rep, Tommy. Don't sell out, don't. We don't need this. Now listen to me, Tommy. You signed them papers. You're like his property, so you got no control. You know, this is a dirty business. It's full of these thieves and gangsters. You know, and they promise every good young fighter who comes along. They promise them the world, and they suck them dry, and they leave them when they ain't worth nothing. They leave them in the gutter broke, Tommy. That's the way this business is run. You know, the guy's like Duke. You know what he is? He's a vampire. He's living off your blood, Tommy. You know, the thing I'm trying to do is what Mick done to me. He tried to keep me away from the dirty part of the business. The way I'm trying to do for you. But I ain't you, and you ain't Mick.
Oh, probably my second favorite scene. Yeah.
Great scene.
Yeah.
You just feel Rocky's desperation via Sly's acting.
Oh.
It really spoke to me. I was sitting there watching it. I rewatched it like 4 or 5 times. I thought, this is a really good scene. That really,
You can see that he's like, this is my last chance to get this guy. Like after this, he's gone. Like, total desperation. Great scene.
And Stacy, as we said 100 times, as I think this podcast is as doing as well as it is because of you and your Adrian point of view that you bring to this. You know that I've said that 100 times.
Thank you.
This next scene we're gonna see is case in point how Adrian does bring it all back home. And I'm interested to hear your thoughts, Stacy, particularly. Anthony, would you hit that, please?
Yeah.
No, you can't do it. I'm telling you.
All those beatings you took in the ring, I took them with you. I know how you feel. I know when somebody like Tommy comes along, you feel alive. But he's not you. He doesn't have your heart. All those fighters you beat it with heart, not muscle. That's what Mickey knew. That's why you and Mickey were special. But Mickey's dead. If there's something you want to pass it on to your son. For God's sakes, your son is lost. He needs you. I know Tommy makes you feel great. He makes you feel like you're winning again. But you're losing us.
I mean, it's the Adrian factor. That scene still gets me. We saw it in the original Rocky. Rocky took himself only so far. He had Mickey behind him. Maybe he had a couple of bucks from Gazzo helping out with expenses. But it was that love of Adrian. If her love and support wasn't there, he wasn't doing it. And here too in Rocky V, I know Rocky V has taken its licks from fans, but I love Rocky V. I've always loved Rocky V. I just think so many of us identify with the Adrian factor. The Adrian in our own lives, our wives, our husbands, our partners, whatever it is. We're not getting anywhere without him. It's all about finding the balance.
Totally good.
All right, Stacey, your thoughts on that?
You know, like you said, Rocky's a love story, and this is just another example of that. And I think she can feel him. She understands him better than anybody. And, you know, she's right. Everything that she says, you know, how Tommy Gunn makes him feel. I feel badly that Rocky V gets the rep that it does. For me, the only thing that didn't work in Rocky V was I didn't find, you know, the actor who played Tommy Gunn particularly convincing, and I didn't the manager. That just from an acting standpoint, like, you know, we really tap into all the other villains, like, you know, Clubber Lang and Apollo and Drago. Tommy Gunn didn't engage me, so he wasn't the villain that the other ones were. But in this scene, I just love how she's almost like his default button, brings him back to his center. You know what I'm saying? She resets him, like, dude, wake up. You know, this isn't about Tommy. This is about your boy. Yeah. Your boy is missing you. Your son is missing you. And one of my favorite scenes in the entire series is when he he kind of like, not kneels, but leans into Robert and says, "I'd love to hang out with you again." That I'm like, oh my God, that's one of my favorites. And so she got through to him, and I love that.
That scene got me a little bit just watching it right now. But I think Lost in Rocky V, that's probably her most passionate, real speech. Everyone thinks about the beach one, and that's great. Yeah. But I think this one was her top. Yeah. Got to get him back, because she really felt like she was losing him at that point for the whole family, for all of them. That one was the most passionate speech, and you forget about it because of, the bad, the rap that it gets, Rocky V, which I get, but I also don't see why people don't see how great it is too. Yeah. I don't get it.
And it's fair to say it has its flaws. Sure. Yeah. That's okay. I don't mind anybody, saying that. Sure. As Sly even says it is his least favorite. But I really am hoping that once all the palace intrigue kind of calms down on certain levels, I hope Sly finds his way to do a director's cut of Rocky V. Because there's just a lot of scenes I've seen that many of us have seen from the work print that are so superior. And I think once it gets edited into the right music and so on, I just think it'd be absolutely fantastic.
Maybe we can help out. Maybe we can bring the love back.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do something.
That's what I would like to see people watching this from the Rocky Files. Just hashtag Rocky V director's cut in a post. Yes. And let's start official Sly Stallone.
Let's open
Sly
it up.
Stallone. Let's really start trying to. I know we're a small army, but
we're going to change the narrative.
We are the Rocky Army, and we are going to change that narrative.
This is what we're here for too. This is what we're here for. So hashtag that. Let's change the narrative. Let's get positive into this movie again.
I'll
Let's
start
go.
That. I'll start that today.
And speaking of positive, are we positively sure we have a guest today?
We do.
Absolutely.
We do.
Absolutely.
Stacy, are they here? Are they around?
They are here. He's here. This gentleman, his name is Fredrick Miller. He is fantastic. He's got some really cool stuff that he's done in his life. But he was on the Creed 2 set for 13 days. So he's got some very, very
we got to
cool
hear about
stories.
this.
Oh, I'm excited.
Oh, bring him in. I got to hear about this right away.
Bring him in, Anthony.
Right off the bat. Sorry. Yeah.
Hey,
Frederick.
How are you?
How y'all doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing okay, I was listening to you guys, and that's something about the being on the set and everything. It was cool.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah.
So how does that happen? How do you, Frederick, get on the set of Creed 3 for 13 days? What? Take us through that.
Well, let's just say it was kind of a dream come true, really odd. Like I said in my email, remember that voucher I showed you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's upsetting about that, like I said, it was supposed to be a 3-day shoot. And unfortunately, my dad said, we're going to go Friday. And I said, no, we better go tonight, Wednesday.
Yeah.
And he refused to go. So I'm watching the news that night. Next day, they say, oh, you know what? They filmed it one night, done.
Oh,
yeah. Then I tried again when they had the Rocky Balboa casting call. I went down there, stood in line, and of course they only took faces and pictures, and that was it. And I didn't get no call because he went with everybody. He went with real faces in the streets instead of using extras. But then I was I saw an ad for the filming for Creed 2. Unfortunately, I don't want to, say anything, but it was supposed to. The casting company was supposed to be in New York. Unfortunately, it wasn't. So I found out through the grapevine that it was Huey Casting down in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
So I hurried up, emailed them, sent them pictures of myself, and the next thing you know, I get an email back, and it casted me as a Red Press member. And boom, there I was. It was like, whoa!
Wow!
I started crying. That's how crazy it was.
Right?
I get it.
Yeah,
because it was just a dream come true. I mean, I'm actually could say I was actually in a Rocky film. I'm actually part of the family.
It's pretty cool.
Frederick, what was it like? Walk us through the whole ordeal.
It was intense. Okay, I can't remember every day how it went, but all I can say is like Michael B, Dolph. Even Brigitte showed up, they were all nice. Where I sat, they would all come in to the back area and walk right by us, right that back row. And they would pat you on the shoulder, Victor, all of them. They were super nice, asking how they were doing today and everything. And then, of course, the moment comes, I see Stallone will come walking in, and I'm like, oh my God, there he is, dressed in his Rocky gear. This is incredible.
Wow.
So, days are going by, and I stayed away from, getting in his way because I didn't want to, interfere with anything.
Right.
Right. So it was I think it's the second to last day shoot. And I'm sitting there and I see him come walking. He just got done doing a corner scene. He's walking back with some agent, whoever it was. And he starts to come down my row. And I'm going, oh my God, this is crazy. So I stood up. I had to. This is my moment.
Right.
So I'm standing there and I'm, turned. I'm looking like, it's like I can reach out and touch the guy. That's how close it was.
Yeah.
And he was talking to the agent, and I overheard him ask her what they were doing, where they were filming the next day. And they said the cemetery. So, and, so when they were talking a little bit more, then all of a sudden, Stallone looked straight at me. Look, I mean, it was instant eye contact. And I'm going, wow. So immediately I just said, good job, Sly. And he said, well, thank you. And at the same time, we both fist pumped each other. And then I said, you're welcome. And then he just, walked him off. That was enough for me. That was enough for me there. For 15 minutes, I sat there frozen, not even moving. Even the people around me knew how big of a Stallone fan I was. They were all going, look at Barry. Oh, my God. Yeah, I'm in a daze. No shit. I mean, excuse me.
Right.
No. You can say shit. You can say shit.
That's okay. Stacy curses horribly on the show.
Oh, she says such bad words.
It's disgusting. And we're taking it up with HR. So
yeah,
don't worry about it. Go ahead. Keep going.
If you knew what she was like behind the scenes, the curse words that come out.
Yeah, it was just so crazy because, meeting the man, it wasn't like a real meet to talk. Yeah. But it was enough to say, oh, my God. And the funny part, not the funny part, but my mom, she passed, okay? And this is probably, a month before that.
Okay.
Or not, I'm sorry, like maybe a year, a little bit before that. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But anyway, for 15 minutes, that's all kept on running through me, just emotion. My mom kept on telling me, one day you're going to meet that man, because she knew how much that man meant to me.
Nice.
And I'll be damned, after all my tries, there I was.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Oh, you did.
And not only that, just to meet him in his Rocky gear. It wasn't like out of outskirts or anything. It was like, oh my God.
In the zone.
Yeah.
In the zone. It was crazy.
I know.
Yeah. Oh, but, Fred, I would have just taken the look. Like that would have been enough for me.
Yeah.
Just the eye contact. I'm out.
Yeah. When he made eye contact, because I heard years ago, people said, don't look Sly in the eyes because you'll get in trouble. And I'm kind of worried about that, But no, he was the nicest guy in the world. He's awesome. And Mike, I saw your video when you chatted with him outside the restaurant, and that was just awesome. The guy is down
Yeah.
Mike, you have a similar we're talking about this. How did you talk about how you felt the first time, right?
Yeah,
it's surreal. It's surreal. How do you?
Oh, I cried. I cried. I almost passed out. I did. It's funny, and but. Yes, I absolutely cried. It was on my birthday the first time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the dinner.
Right.
Dinner.
The dinner. That's right.
Yeah. I did. I cried. There's a picture of me. My eyes are still all filled with tears. You just can't believe when that happens. So I and other people, other Rocky fans like us here, we all understand what that meant to you. It really. Let me ask you this: what is it about Rocky that brings you to us on the podcast? Why Rocky? Why not Indiana Jones or Luke Skywalker?
Well, because Rocky raised me, basically.
Really?
Yeah, because 1976. My parents, we go to a drive-in. Okay, and it's probably 77 because 76 because Rocky movies always came out in November. But anyway, I remember going to the drive-in. It was in that range. And I know I was 5 or so. And I don't know. I just remember certain things that I saw on that screen. I don't know what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, my parents, get a Rocky poster and it's hanging on my door, and now I'm staring at this guy.
Yeah.
And it's just like seeing this man every day. And I didn't know there was going to be a Rocky 2, Rocky 3,
Yeah, right.
The crazy part is when Rocky 2 started coming around, that's where it hit me the most. Rocky 2 was my biggest How do you want to say it? The one that started it all. Okay. And of course, as you can see behind me, you can see the records that back there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
The Rocky 3 album and the Rocky 2 album both have history to them. But it's crazy because the Rocky 2 album was the first album I ever bought, and that's the original one back there.
Nice.
And,
nice.
I still remember the day I got it. We stopped at my Nana's house. I get out of the car. I'm running up the sidewalk. Okay. I go up the 3 steps. I fell. I landed right on the album. I start crying.
Oh no.
But no, it survived, and oh my God, I played the living crap out of it, and I used to sit there and stare at the back of it, just staring at the pictures, just visualizing whatever. But
the
experiences I had, just of the things I went through with it, and I know, Mike, I just got off the subject there about what.
That's fine. That's fine. But what is it like? When you've gone through your life, we all have life under our belt. We have positive, negative experiences. In your life, how has Rocky been applied to the positive and the negative?
Applied to me was when I was around 7 or 8, I ended up having rheumatic fever, and I was laid up in the hospital. It was the craziest thing. It's like a heart, your valve wasn't working right.
Okay.
And of course, my Aunt Carol, she was a doctor in Philadelphia, and we ended up going down there. Now, I'm little, and I know all about Rocky now. Yeah. So we're going down to Philly. I'm playing Rocky music in my dad's cassette thing, and I'm looking for Rocky in Philly, because I'm going down.
Right?
That's what I would do the first time.
Exactly. So I'm looking for this, it's just that feeling. See, what happened was having rheumatic fever, and they kept me back in 2nd grade because I missed too many days. And then next thing you know, they told me I couldn't take gym. So I couldn't be physical or nothing. But I kind of snuck behind the doors, and I started to lift weights when I was around 14 and different things like that. So I kind of because he inspired me to do these things, I wanted to be that, And I didn't care what my heart was doing or what, I was like, I'm going to get through this. I'm going to do this. And sure enough, by my senior year, they cleared me. But I said, you know what? I didn't take gym for the last 6 years. I got the excuse to get out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
But, again, he inspired me to do to learn. I self-taught myself script writing. Yep. I've wrote some scripts. I actually have them promoted. I'm trying to sell them and stuff like that. But
what have you written? You can tell us what you've written.
Yep, they've won awards too.
I won awards on both of them. What do you call it? It originally was supposed to be a horror film. It's supposed to be a prequel to Michael Myers.
Oh,
Halloween, original 1978.
Yeah.
And I went back to when Michael was little to show what happened to him when he was born, what led to all his whatever, all this stuff that went down. My script ended right when the beginning of Halloween, original Halloween starts. So that's where I went.
Oh, that's great.
That's smart.
Unfortunately, I got scared. My God, I was like, copyrights, I'm going to get in trouble for this. I sent a letter to Carpenter hoping he would want to read it. But then I was like, just some feedbacks I got that people were telling me, some of the people I reached out to, they said, your best bet is you're going to have a hard time selling this or trying to get it in the right hands. So I turned around and I said, you know what? I changed it. I took all the Halloween stuff out. I revamped it with my own characters, and it came out to be my own horror film.
Wow.
And sure enough, I won like over 10 awards with this.
Holy smokes.
That's great.
That's a big deal.
That's great.
Big deal.
Yeah, and then the other one's a comedy, okay, and that's got over 40 years of how do you want to say background, enough. It's solid, and sure enough, I didn't think that would hit, and boom, it started hitting left and right. Again, it's just getting it into the right hands of the person.
Of course, yeah.
But but again, he self-taught me. And it all, not to interrupt if you have other questions or nothing.
No, go ahead.
When I was in 7th grade, of course, I couldn't take gym. I'm sitting in the library. I'm just like sitting there like, oh my God, I'm bored. So I look on the paperback shelf there, and there's the Rocky 3 paperback, which I already have at home. And I don't know, I just looked at it, and then I pulled out my notebook, and I just started to write the whole beach scene from Rocky 3. I wrote it from word to word. And I saw how the dialogue was, and I said, you know what? Wow, this is cool. And then 8th grade came around, and we were in the library doing some selection thing, and I saw this book and said Script City on it. So I ended up ordering Rocky 3, and I sent to you, Mike. I said, all that. And I started to look at his works, how he wrote it, blah, blah, blah. And then I just bought books. I started reading more about it. And of course, as you're growing, you kind of drift them things you do.
Mm-hmm.
But my calling, when I came back around to writing again, oh my God, that was. I yelled at myself. Said, "What the hell were you doing all these years?
Yeah.
You know, right there was your chance. You know, this is it. This is you." And if it wasn't for Slide, it's because that influence. He did that.
Right.
Positive. It's a positive. You know.
Yeah, that's awesome. Frederick, how do you pay Rocky forward? How do you take that philosophy and everything you've gotten from it and put it out there?
Just that you just don't give up. You know, there's many times where you just say, "Out of hell with it." You know, I don't have nothing to do with this. But then I start thinking, you know what? This, you know, what was the theme of every Rocky? Just don't quit. You know, go for it. You know, we're going to go for it. Right. And it's hard. You know how it is in regular life to try to keep things moving and stuff like that. But you know, it's just, I don't know. It's it's a hell of a thing to say. But I looked at him as my father growing up.
I love that.
I had issues, you know, growing up. I couldn't see eye to eye with my dad, and thank God that man was there. Stallone, Rocky himself, was the guy that. And it's crazy because here I am, 5 years old, and then as years kept going, I'm growing with this. You know, a Rocky, another Rocky, another Rocky. Right. It hasn't ended. It's still going.
Yeah.
You know,
Perfect timing. Yeah.
It's like, wow, I'm being still growing with this. You know, and I can't explain it enough that he was my idol, role model, everything you could imagine, you know.
What was do you have a favorite Rock? Is Rocky 2 your favorite?
Well, I got my notes here. I do a little Rocky here and there, so it's, you know, you can see
That's funny.
But no, Rocky 2 was my most impacted. Rocky, okay. But then Rocky 3 was also probably my other top.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
I just kind of like the originalities because I guess
it
was a part of that I guess at that age bracket there was just something that hit me with that at that point.
Yeah.
Right.
What did you think of the film you were in? Your own
Creed 2?
Yeah. What did you think?
Can we see you in Creed 2?
Yeah. Can we see you in it?
No, I'm pissed about that because you know, where they had me sitting in the back, there was several scenes that I'm pretty sure I was in it. But of course, they do all the cutting and stuff like that. And again, when they did the scan across our table area, it was so fast. It was like, yeah, really? Yeah. But again, if people say, "Oh, you're a liar," I'm like, yeah, I got the vouchers to prove it, so I can.
Right.
But again, I loved the movie, and I loved what they did with it to follow with the Rocky IV whole thing. You know, that whole thing, bringing it back again.
Right.
Again. Just watching that director's cut,
you
know, that just came out.
Of course,
Rocky vs. Drago. I absolutely love that better than the original.
A lot of us did.
Yes, I really, and it just really made Creed 2 much bigger, you know, and better.
Right.
And Mike, I know I heard you on the podcast talking about, you know, when you were there when they were filming, you know, the Dolphin Rocky scene there.
Yeah.
And that must have been crazy. You were seeing all that going down.
Yeah.
But
it's one of those it's one of those moments where, you know, the body, if you've ever been in a physical confrontation, football, wrestling, a fight, whatever, something happens with the adrenaline spike. You're almost outside your body. I don't know what that phenomenon is, but I attribute it to the adrenaline spike. It's hard to focus. So that was happening to me. And I just kept saying to myself, no, don't let the adrenaline out. Calm down, just relax. You're here, be present. And it was there are times when I sit alone and I think about it, I get very emotional. Very emotional, as you probably do about your meetings and being there.
Sure.
It was insane. And that statue dedication, and I was there for that. Okay.
What one in 2006?
Yes.
Or okay.
The 06 one.
Where were you during that?
I was right outside that gate. I sent you that picture. It has me standing there on the end.
Oh, that was you. Okay.
Yeah, that was me. I was me standing there, and I kind of look a little mad in the picture, but it's just, I don't know why.
Focused.
Again, yeah, right. Because you know what, I had trouble looking over everybody. You know.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, I did see the man live. You know, didn't get close enough to him.
Right.
But one of the crazy experiences about that day. Again, my mom was with me at that time. She was right down the road in the hotel because we stayed overnight there. And she's in a wheelchair, but she was cool with it. She stayed at the hotel and she knew what I was going to be doing. So, you know, that was all thing. But during when they were showing the film at the bottom of the stairs, I was hanging around up top, just pacing back and forth, watching everybody watching.
Yeah.
And I'm standing there, and all of a sudden, there comes this limo pulls up, and I'm going, huh? And like this, and this lady gets out. She runs over to me. She goes, "Are you security?" And I was like, "No."
Sure.
She goes, "Okay."
Yes, I am.
Sure. Yes, I am.
She ran back to the limo, and the limo sat there for a little bit, and then it hit me. I said, "No way." I said, "Who else would drive on top of the steps?"
Right.
That was Stallone. He wanted to see what the people on the steps.
Yeah.
I know it was him, and I'm so mad. I should have said, "Yeah, I am security." And I walked over there.
Oh, you meant security. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
security.
Oh, security. Yeah, right.
Oh, I thought you said Social Security. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but that's I
Again,
can't imagine. I can't imagine.
Right. There's moments that I had, that again, just didn't want to really push it, to get in trouble or anything like that. But
right.
Yeah.
It's a balance. I would think it's a fine balance because you want to take your shot, but you don't want to be too
overdo it.
Right. I think it's such a difficult thing probably to be in that moment.
It was kind of I kind of was like, you know what, I know what he's doing, and it's his moment, Right. I don't want to interfere with it, and and then get him mad, and next he throws me down. I'm just kidding.
No, what you're saying is so accurate. There was Sly had a bodyguard for decades, Gary, and you can see many. If you Google the Rambo 3 behind the scenes, and when he was out in Israel walking around doing whatever he was doing, Gary was by him. I think Gary was with him back in Rocky 5, maybe too. I'm not 100% sure, but anyways, they were at dinner one night at the Victor Cafe. It was right before the interiors were going to be shot at the restaurant, and Sue and I were having dinner there that very night, and Stallone sitting 2 tables over from us. And obviously I was like, oh my God, I want to go say something, but you got to pick your time. And so when I was walking out, they had just dressed the restaurant so it was live. It was all done up as Adrian's. And then the big Leroy Nemo was on the back wall. And as we walked past Sly's table, I didn't think I was going to say anything. At the last second, I unhanded Sue. She was walking first, and I turned around, and it all became slow motion. And she said, "No."
She couldn't grab you in time.
Oh my God!
Right, and so I took she knew what she had confidence I wouldn't blow it. I said that to be silly. So I turned around and I said to Gary, Sly was sitting right next to him. He was slightly not looking at us. He was like, I don't know, looking at another part in the restaurant. And I said, Gary, is it okay if I just want to say thank you? And Sly had turned around. I don't even know that Sly heard the whole thing other than I want to say thank you. And he goes, yeah, he just did yeah. And so I said, Sly, this is amazing. The art, we talked about art a little bit. It was just a very short, low-key, quick thing. And I didn't make a big fuss, big muss. Now, I thought I'd never have another opportunity to ever speak to him again. And there's the part of you, until you get to know the guy, you want to vomit gratuitously on him. That's what you want to do. Because you're like, I'll never get this chance again. Do you know what you've meant to me, Sly? Oh, I've done this and this. But then it's like the Tasmanian devil. You're all over. And then it just has to, thanks so much, Sly. I appreciate it.
Right.
Go outside. We're standing there waiting for our cab to take us back to the hotel. And Gary comes out. I think he came out for a smoke or fresh air. I'm not sure. And so he comes out and he goes, Sly, he just said to me, he goes, he really loves when people just does that. It's not that he's not approachable. It's just that people come on like gangbusters. He goes, it's crazy. He goes, he'll talk to anybody. And if he has the time, he will. It's just be cool about it.
It's hard though, because for 99.9% of the world population, if someone meets him or has a chance, that pretty much probably will be it. It's not, not often you're going to be able to see him, talk to him on a regular basis. So if you think I got him in a restaurant, this is it for me. So it's I bet it's hard for people not to vomit all over him, because it's this is all I got, and I got to say it all real quick. And unfortunately, that's how it comes out. Maybe people don't want it to be that way. That probably might happen, if the chance ever happens. I would try not to be that way, but you don't know what you're going to do in that moment. You know what you're going to do. I remember I met Ray Romano in Vegas many, many years ago.
Did you?
Yeah, I'm a big Ray Romano fan. So I was in Vegas, and I went to see a show while we were there. I didn't even know he was there, but Ray Romano was here. Got tickets, went to see the show. Hours later, I'm walking back to my room, and I just happened to look into one of the casino rooms, and he's there with his entourage. And I was not sure at first. So I walk in, closer I get, it's him. And I try not to vomit. I thought I was okay, but you're just like, okay, I got to say something, got to get a picture. Very nice guy, but it's very difficult to stay kind of cool. It's very difficult. It's hard.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Fredrick, one of the things I wanted to ask you before we let you get back to work, get you out of here, and because I know
you got to write. He's got writing to do.
He's got writing to do. Got writing to do. Yeah. Listen, there's a question I ask everybody. Before I get to that, though, what are your thoughts on the Rocky prequel that Sly would like to do?
I actually was reading what some of the stuff he wrote, and I actually think it's cool. The only thing that's upsetting is who. I'm sorry, but to get somebody to play you, it's going to be a little tough. Because you're so used to his everything about him, his way he moves, the way he talks, all his traits. And to find somebody that's really going to be able to pull that off, it's going to be a little hard.
You know who my vote is? I'm sorry.
Who would you say?
It may not happen because he's had another role, but Milo.
Yeah.
Oh, Milo Ventimiglia?
Don't you? Right? Don't you? I think he would make a pretty good younger.
He could. The only problem is Milo is he's 35, 36.
A little too old now.
It might be a little too old. I think, and that's not a bad idea. I think the thing they have to concern themselves about is not. They don't need a Sylvester Stallone Rocky Jr. What they need is someone who can bring out the essence of a 30-year-old Rocky.
Yeah.
Right. Like you said, Fredrick, those traits, those mannerisms, if those can be copied and worked to perfection in an actor who's 19 playing a 15-year-old or something, whatever it is, I think that is almost more believable. Because as you get older, the voice is going to get deeper and mature. So you don't have to have the exact same thing. And I think you can get away with a version of the look, but the mannerisms. He's got to have that walk that Rocky has. He's got to have the sniffle, the busted nose, and all, things like this.
The movements have to be
right. The movements. He's got to have. I mean, could you imagine a scene in a prequel where Rocky finds the fedora?
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine that scene as a young man? He finds the fedora. Where does he get the leather jacket from?
Right.
I mean, come on. The people going to the pet shop where we see Butkus being left in the pet shop. All these things leading up to this moment. I mean, it could work so beautifully.
So
it really,
nice.
really could.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm for it. No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt, because it's going to keep Rocky alive. Keep us all.
Yeah. I think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I do too. Now, listen, guys, before we let Fredrick go, I'm going to do my thing in just a minute, but you guys have anything you want to ask him?
Fredrick, what's next for you? What are you working on? Do you have any anything we should watch out for you?
Nothing at the moment. Just trying to get these scripts, if I can get them sold. In the meantime, I'm starting to slowly work on my mom's life story. Basically,
that's nice.
Before I was born, I actually interviewed her and I took notes of everything that went down when she married my dad and all this stuff.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And let's just say I have one hell of a story to tell.
Okay, that's nice. I hope you get. That's nice.
Yeah,
get it done. Yeah,
get it done.
Yeah, big deal.
So,
Stacy, what do you got for Fredrick?
So 2 real quick things. We have a Rocky 5 theme going today. What's your favorite scene from Rocky 5?
It's crazy because I actually wrote when I said my favorite Rocky scene. Well, I'm sorry. Not bad. It's going to sound crazy, but my favorite scenes, I'm going to jump. It's actually the Adrian and Rocky new scene in Rocky vs. Drago.
Oh, really?
Nice.
I love that scene. There was something about it that was there, should have been there years ago.
Yeah.
And then the other scene that was my favorite was the montage after Mickey's death.
Right.
I just took that to heart, the music, because I would listen to it on the album. Just
yeah.
Oh, it would hit me so hard.
Just ball.
And then, and then we're talking about Rocky 5, and one of my favorite quotes was, "You knocked him down. Why don't you try knocking me down?"
Knocking me down.
I don't know. There's that thing just gave me the damn chills.
It's my favorite scene.
I can remember sitting
of Rocky
in theater, and that when that happened, I wanted to rip the seat out in front of me. You know, during that fight scene, I was actually kind of kicking the freaking chair in front of me because I was just like so into it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. When Paulie's like, you should have left him on the street where you found him, and he gets up.
That was it. It was there was that music that was going with it.
Shivers, man.
Oh yeah.
Shivers.
The chills just came from it, and I'm like, whoa, this is Rocky.
Yeah. Love that. Like you know what? That was like he's back, because throughout the whole movie, it's kind of like he was trying to, just be like Mickey now. Like he was trying to he had tamped it down, and at that moment it just came right back up. Rocky's back,
Yeah, and I do love the scene on the corner with his son when he finally comes to his son and straightens things out.
Yeah,
I did like that a lot. And I also kind of liked Adrian and him in the street, when he was after Tommy took off. Yeah. And then, Rocky they had their big spiel in the middle of the street. And I thought that was cool too, you know?
Yeah. A lot of gems, like Mike said, a lot of gems.
I mean, the only thing that was a little upsetting, we all know, I mean, we've talked it over. I've heard all the talks. Again, the music, I tried to like it, okay? And I still do to an extent. Because
it's a 90s style, right?
But still, it should, like you said, I heard you saying about they should do a director's cut, revamp this movie, because it can be done.
It can.
And it can be much better. At that time, I guess it was okay, but now it's like I'd rather see it more Rocky-ish with the music and all that stuff. But
Stacy, what else you got for him? Anything?
Oh, just super quick. I just wanted you to tell that story if you didn't mind. When they were scamming you, that when you and I talked, I was like, "Are you kidding me?" So this is, I think, people trying to be an extra on a movie need to know that this is out there. This is very interesting.
Yeah, I don't want to give names. I don't want to say the company it was, because I don't want them, coming after me or something. But no, it's like I said, somebody sent me that saying Creed 2 extras wanted, and I said okay. So I clicked on it, and it took me to this casting company in New York, and I'm like, I called them. They said, yeah, come on down. So I go down to this place. Next thing you know, I should have been smart enough, but I was more after going into the Creed movie.
Yeah.
So the next thing you know, they pull me in the back. Now they're taking photos of me. Okay. And then all of a sudden they're going, okay, it's going to be this much money. And so I'm like, oh my God. So I paid it, thinking, okay, here comes my chance. So I asked them, so what about this Creed 2? And they were like, well, we'll work on that. I don't know what they told me, but then I left there and I said, they scammed me. I said right there, they just scammed me. Because when I got home, I was scrolling, I forget where I was scrolling at, and all of a sudden I seen that extra thing again, and somebody posted it, and I saw it in small print. It was Huey Casting in Philly that was doing this. They're the ones behind this. I don't know how that company got a hold of it and slapped their name on it when it wasn't them. So I contacted Huey, and then I found, got lucky enough. But
no, I was gonna say I don't know much about casting, but I'm not sure if they would ask for money. I don't know, I'm just not sure.
That's fishy.
Yeah,
I went one time and there was all like, it was a wooded room with paneling. They made me take my shirt off and my shoes. And they said, Mike, we want you to just flex and squeeze your toes while you squeeze the carpet.
What the heck?
Yeah. There was jars of Vaseline all over. It's very strange.
That was different. Yeah.
That was the dark side. That was the dark side of Scranton back in the day.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to tell you about real quick. No, not the whole time up. When I first started to go to be an extra in a film, I found this casting company down in Wayne, New Jersey. It was called Universal Talent. And I go down there and I walk. It was like this place was like a hole in the wall. Like, as soon as I got there, I was like, because I saw this ad in the paper. It said extras wanted. So then I get to this place and I'm going, what is this? And I get inside. They give me a form to fill out. It was just your name, phone number, blah, blah. Then the only question they asked was, why do you think you're an actor? I'm sitting there going, holy hell. So I just wrote naturally gifted. That's all I put. Right. So Sheila, the lady came out. She took it, walked back in her office, shut the door. She screamed. And she ripped the door open and she goes, you get in here right now. And I was like, what did I do? And she goes, I never seen anybody write something like that. And then, after we talked a little bit, she goes, you know what? I can see it in you. And, then next thing you know, a week later, I'm on that Molly Ringwald film, that low budget film, as an extra in the background.
Wow.
Nice.
What a weird world that world is, eh?
And Joe, who was the other agent guy that I dealt with, he was in Copland.
Was he?
Yeah, actually, he's in the bar scene. He's at the very end. I saw him too, and I said, "Oh my God, he is in it."
Yeah, you got to. Anytime you go on an audition, and the first thing out of their mouth is, "Frederick, how do you feel about nudity, pal?"
Believe me. Oh, you don't want to hear. You don't want to hear about that story. That was
right.
No,
that'll be our next episode.
Yeah, that's right. What do you?
All right, listen. I'm going to have Anthony play something real quick for you. Just pay attention to this short little video, and then I want your thoughts. Okay, go ahead, Anthony.
Okay.
I can't. Those looks.
Where did that come from? That was incredible.
Now listen, my friend John Rivoli posted. These are vintage commercials. Sly had that's not that old. Obviously, you can tell. But John put that commercial up. There's a whole bunch of them out there with Drago and so on. Right. Anyways, I have this thing on the show that I ask everybody. If you had 30 seconds in an elevator with Sylvester Stallone, what would you tell him? Go.
Okay, here you go. This is exactly what I wrote. Okay. I put down, thank you for being around during my growing years where I couldn't look up to my father and you became the role model that raised me. Having a Rocky movie and so on at 5 years old till even this day has been the most incredible thing that ever happened to me.
Nice.
Wow. That's great. That's amazing. Well done.
But the thing is, that commercial, holy hell, that sent chills up my back.
Yeah, but hold on a second. I think we have to ask a different question now. If you had 30 seconds in an elevator with Sly, but he was looking at you like that.
Yeah.
It's a different vibe now.
Right.
No, please.
I actually think I would probably make him bust out laughing because I would come back right at him and say, "Are you looking at me that way?"
Frederick, you have been one of my favorite guests. I absolutely love your stories, man. Thank you so much.
Oh, there's so much more.
Take care of yourself. Stay healthy. Stay safe.
Okay. All right. Thank you all.
Thanks, Frederick. Thank you, buddy. Bye-bye.
Okay,
bye.
Love it.
Wow.
Energetic stories.
Ooh.
Keep on rolling, my friend. Keep on rolling. I love it. I love it.
Fred, what a great guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really a great guest. Upbeat, energetic.
We only bring in the best.
Yeah. Well, Stacy finds him. Stacy finds him.
This is it.
Best of the best.
Tier Rocky fans.
His letter to us, he does have a lot more. I mean, he's been an extras in lots of things. He's got a very interesting set of stories that are pretty cool.
It seems like it. Yeah, we gotta love to hear more from him. But
nice guy though. But so he killed me, knocked me over when he said that, basically Rocky raised him. I was like, oh, it's so true though.
Yeah, I know. Doesn't it feel like that? Doesn't it feel like even though we all have amazing parents and stuff, but there's something about when you were watching Rocky opposed to anybody else. It's like a family member. That's what it's like. It's like a family member.
Yeah.
It's like you have a family member. And whenever Rocky would end, it was sad.
Yeah.
Well,
whenever a movie would end, it was sad.
Anthony, once again, you have segued us right into the end of the show.
That's what I do.
And we're going to shed a tear.
And we're going to shed a tear.
I'm not going to see you guys until next week.
Yeah, I know, right? It's so sad. I hate when it ends. I hate when it's over, man.
It's like when that cup of pudding is empty. You know that little tiny cup of pudding?
You eat
the whole thing, and you go for that last spoonful of pudding. It's all gone.
Yeah.
Bye-bye, pudding.
Unless you're Kevin James and then you eat your wife's. You remember? King of Queens reference. King of Queens reference. Yeah.
I'd love to. Would it be something we get Kevin James on here to talk to us?
Oh my gosh, I wish. I got to say something about that real quick. Was it Babcock that I think people thought he was Kevin James by that picture?
Yes, it was so funny. Somebody did. Yeah, somebody thought
when he looked like him when he was in the
sideways kind of.
Yeah, he did. He really had that profile.
Yeah, I was like, people thought it was Kevin James on the show, but that would be great if we could swing Kevin James. Oh man,
that was insane. Anyways, guys, what do you want to promote before we get out of here?
I just want to say happy birthday again to Mr. Anthony.
Thank you.
Big happy birthday. And I just want you all to message Anthony on how young 40 is, please. Because he was like, oh my God, I'm turning 40. I'm like, really? So I think he could use a few messages on how young 40 is.
Yeah, I know. Thank you.
It's let me tell you and then Stigma Does Not Define Us, my other podcast where we just put out episode 10. So
nice.
talking about people who don't necessarily don't have great parents or great role models. And so that I think that's why when he said that, Rocky raised me, I was like, oh, that's true actually for more people than we would like to think. So
yeah,
sure.
Right.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah, more than we know.
Yeah.
And of course we all know where to find Mike. And Mike,
yes,
that's
someone in my live was saying that you got to come to Toronto and do a show. What do you think about
that?
Yes. We got to come to Philly, but
gotta get you guys to Philly, but maybe come up to Toronto and maybe do something Rocky related at some
even
event.
Come to CN Tower. Even if you guys just want to come see the great city of Toronto.
Listen, we'll all stay with you. All right,
Yeah,
we'll
absolutely.
invite ourselves
Lots of
with
room.
you. We'll all just hang out.
Yeah,
we'll have we'll see how good the pizza is in Canada.
Oh, pizza's amazing here.
That's good.
When we're out of lockdown and when the weather's better. How about that?
That's
Same with Philly. Same with Philly.
That's true. And in the meantime, if anybody is looking for some goofiness, you can find me on TikTok at TikTok Rocky. That's TICK TikTok Rocky. You can find me on Instagram, the Yo Philly Rocky Film Tour, and I run this little thing called the Yo Philly Rocky Film Tour. So just Google that and come see us in Philly.
Best Rocky tour in town. I haven't done it, but I know.
I tell myself that every day.
I just know.
I look in the mirror and I just say, gosh darn it, you are the best Rocky tour in town.
Not
I don't
town.
care
Sorry.
what anyone says.
The world.
The
world, not just in town. The world.
Yeah. Well, guys, it's not like Sylvester Stallone thinks so. So, all right, come on.
Yeah, I know, really.
He so does.
Oh, does he? Oh,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
I think so.
I'm sorry.
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
Posted on that.
I know.
Totally does.
Yeah, he might have. I'm not sure.
I
to check.
don't know.
Guys, I have had a wonderful time with you.
Great
As
show.
Always, you allow my goofy side to come out and
That's
be
what we're here for.
Extra goofy. I appreciate that. I will miss you, but I will see you probably in a few days.
Shortly. Absolutely.
Guys,
hey.
Keep punching.